I was like in love with his best friend the whole time. Okay, so for my first boyfriend was when I was a sophomore in high school. And I had a few classes with him. That's how we met. And we kind of started talking. And he added me on Snapchat. I specifically remember having him in my biology class. And this will come into play later in the story. So just keep that in mind. But, you know, we hit it off. We started talking. And then homecoming was right around the corner. So we had, like, some mutual friends. And, like, he got his mutual friends to, like, or, like, our mutual friends to, like, help him create, like, a poster and stuff for me to ask me to homecoming. So I planned to go to homecoming with him. And, you know, it wasn't like, we both had like guy friends and girlfriends, so it didn't really matter. So his best friend, we'll call him Johnny. And so like, I always kind of had Johnny on Snapchat. We just didn't really talk much. And then he started texting me when I started going out with his best friend, you know? And he was like, oh my gosh, like, congrats to y'all, I'm so happy, like, he's been talking about you for a while now. And I was like, okay, slay. And we just, like, immediately, like, clicked really well and became, like, good friends until a certain event happened. And so basically what happened was my boyfriend's best friend, Johnny, like, went through, like, a really hard time. He had, like, a really nasty breakup with his girlfriend at the time. And I was helping him. Like, he would talk to me about it, and I would help him. And because of, like, me helping him, and just, like, us talking, like, it was very, like, a vulnerable place. Like, I started catching feelings for him. And I knew that he started catching feelings for me, too. But it's like, I'm still dating his best friend, okay? And now he's single. So whenever I would, you know, meet up with, like, my boyfriend in the hallways and stuff, he would always, like, come up to me and, like, hug me in front of my boyfriend. And remember, they're best friends. My boyfriend would get mad at him and be like, what the f***, Johnny? Like, what? Are you serious right now? And they would, like, start having, like, a little fighting fest, and like I would just walk away because I'm like, I don't even know right now. But I didn't realize like I was super like into him until homecoming came around. So homecoming comes around and we all meet at Johnny's house, okay? And it was just like, it was a huge group of us. Like I went in like a huge group, and Johnny's sister had like planned everything, and she was like super particular about her plans. So we like went to this really nice restaurant and we were all together, but Johnny wasn't going to homecoming. Like he was going somewhere after that. So I don't know, but we all met there and then we all went to dinner together. And then Johnny just like left from there, if that makes sense. So tell me why this entire day, Johnny's like hitting on me in front of my boyfriend and his best friend. And I'm like, what is going on right now? And everybody else, like all my girlfriends who were there, like literally knew. Like they pulled me into the bathroom and they were like, why is he like hitting on you so much? Like I'm confused. Like, because he was saying stuff like, when we got to dinner, he was like, well, you already have your dessert right there, to my boyfriend, like talking about me. And so I was like, okay, hold on, what the and I was like, I don't know, like I don't freaking know. And so he kept doing that all night, and I could tell my boyfriend was like uncomfortable, but I was like, whatever, it's fine. And so then, you know, we go out and we take pictures after this. And then Johnny leaves and we go into homecoming, like the actual homecoming at the school. And so the whole time at homecoming, my boyfriend was like trying to like throw like a pity party for himself. And like the German foreign exchange students were there at this time of the year. They were all super cool. Like they were really nice people. It was like really nice to talk to them and stuff. But then he kept telling me that like this German foreign exchange student like knew a secret about him, and I was like, seriously, we're not doing that. We're not doing this again. Okay, go to part 2. Yeah, so anyway, he kept telling me that this German foreign exchange student knew like a secret about him, and I was just like, boy, like whatever. But the entire night I was just like, it's okay, it doesn't matter, like I will like you either way. You know that. Anyway, so then we had like, there was like the downstairs area, and then there was like upstairs where you could get like food and drinks. And so we went upstairs to get some water or whatever, and we sit down at like, because they had like a few tables up there, and he tries to kiss me. And I was just like, no freaking way. So I imagine him leaning in like this, right? And then I just go and I swerve it, and then he didn't try again, which I was like, okay, good, because I'm not about to kiss you. And so then he takes me home that night. And, you know, we were together for like a little while longer. But then I remember the biology class I had with him. So in biology, this girl that would like sleep with everybody at the school, like sat in front of him. And I was like uncomfortable with that because I sat on the other side of the class and she sat like right in front of him. And she would always like turn around and like be touching his hair and like throwing stuff on his desk. And I literally told him, I was like, I'm not comfortable with that. Like, if we're dating, why is she flirting with you? And another thing is like, he had like football and like wrestling. So tell me why after he would get done, like, cause he would have to stay after school for that, he would take her home. And I'm like, are you freaking loony? Are you loony? Because you don't do that. Like, what? And especially not her. Like, I'm sorry. Like, pick somebody else. Seriously. But they would flirt all the time. And then, it would get on my nerves. And then he would be the one mad at me then he started getting mad at me for my guy friends. And I was like, okay, so